Jimmy Savile.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. How are we all?
I was looking at something then. Yes, I'm good. You?
Yes, not too bad.
Other than the fact, every time I look at myself in the camera, I'm like, oh my god, what is this? Like I feel like I just want to strap it up.
That's what I rang you earlier on and I said chicken neck. Or did I say turkey neck?
It's just getting bigger by the week. It's like every week I look at myself and I look
chicken neck.
Yeah, I called her earlier on and said, "What's up, turkey neck?"
And then this where my scar is, it looks like a bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
See, if you hadn't pointed it out, we'd never have known that.
No, I'd never known she's got an arse for a neck.
I know.
Isn't it bad?
Do you realise your arse is in front of you?
Yeah.
I know.
So when you say you're speaking shit.
Oh, Claire, was you going to say the S word then?
She forgot herself then.
Yeah, I
know. Anyways, what's been going on?
Nothing. I've got a bloody groin strain. I mean, I'm not in a good way, actually.
Oh, nice.
Are you not?
No, and because I'm trying to take the weight off of my leg, I've overcompensated, and now my back hurts. And no matter where I sit, I can't get comfortable. It's getting on my nerves.
You notice how it's one of the two people that are not in a wheelchair that's moaning about how they feel.
Yeah, sorry, Claire, but you don't get the sympathy anymore. We're done.
Don't worry, I'm not. I don't hold all the pain cards. You carry on. You offload on me, Em.
Honestly.
I just wonder how we're going to keep you awake, because I've got to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever looked down your throat so much when we're on.
I know. It's shocking. Sorry, I'm totally in the room. I'm with you. I know.
Yeah.
I am.
So what is it? So let's
start. So much your eyes are streaming.
I know.
So we're going to start with it was something that Emma picked up on.
Yeah.
About the health secretary.
It was the health secretary basically saying that trans women, the basic single sex wards, hospital wards, and how and even the Prime Minister has said, was it the Prime Minister or was it the Mayor? Can't think now who it was. Said, a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and it's all kicked off again, isn't it, about this trans thing? I felt like it was kind of starting to calm down a little bit, and now it's all.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's it, and it's all gonna. It's all like reared its ugly head again.
Yeah, I think that this is. It's just that how much can you talk about it, because it's just. I feel like we were kind of turning a corner. But I think this is important on hospital wards, because it's a real shame, because we've all seen it as women. You walk into the toilets and there's someone there and they're a man, but they're a trans woman and they're trying to live their lives peacefully, so you don't say anything about it, do you? You just always let it go. But now I have a feeling we're going to have to just cut it all dead, go back to the drawing board and work out how we're going to exist together,
Exactly. I just I don't know, like I thought it was quite unexpected for it to be said like that. Like it was very very matter of fact. It was there was no sugarcoating it, and it just took me by surprise, really.
Is this not a good thing though?
Oh yeah, it's a good thing.
Oh yeah,
what I was going to say was, sorry, Bill, can you find the story about a woman? She was raped on an NHS ward by a trans woman who's still, obviously, and the NHS denied it for years and years and years. They said you're making it up because there were no men on the ward, and she's like, well, there was, because there was a trans woman and he raped me, and they wouldn't have it, and so this is a good thing, and I know that people that are on the trans side would turn around and say, well, how many, that's not all trans people, and of course it's not.
No.
But how many women have to go through something like this?
Is this the right one here? It's taken nearly a year for the hospital to agree that there was a male on the ward, and this rape happened.
Yes, that's right. They denied it. They just kept denying it, because the NHS has introduced something, and I can't remember the number of it, but it's article some things. I can't remember, but basically the anybody can go onto a ward of what they consider their gender to be. So it's not about sex; it's about gender.
Yeah.
And personally, I'd say sex and gender are the same
thing. Yeah.
you're a woman, then you've got a woman's gender. You know, how you express that gender, somebody anyway, whatever. But so I think it's a good thing. It's a shame for those trans women that are just genuinely
trying to live their life as a woman.
Yeah, trying to live their life as a woman. But I think we need to scrap it all, go back to the drawing board and reintroduce things.
Yeah.
Slowly, you know, personally.
But I mean, I don't even think I'd be comfortable as a trans woman who's. I mean, if you're not fully transitioned, as in the whole works, then I don't think I would even feel comfortable as a trans woman being treated on a ward with women.
With women. I mean, if you've got a willy, right? Okay, then you're a potential threat.
Yeah.
You know, and I do also wonder, well, if you've still got that appendage, how committed are you to being a woman? I don't know, but
but with the appendage comes the thoughts.
Yeah, that's right. So, but anyway, those are my thoughts on the subject.
So I think it's a step forward, but I think it's like it's in the win box for women's rights.
Well, it is because a trans woman is going to feel really uncomfortable being on a male ward, but why does that outweigh?
Yeah, women.
Why does that outweigh biological women feeling uncomfortable?
Yeah, that's
why
right.
is that more important than how a biological woman feels? Like who?
Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just going to say. So why is that more? Why does a transgender woman feeling uncomfortable outweigh a biological woman feeling uncomfortable?
Well, exactly. And if we take the figures as they are, and we can see that the trans people are such a small number of people in the population, how can that outweigh 50% of the population?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Why are their fears and concerns more important than ours?
It doesn't seem to make any sense.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I know.
Even the figures don't seem to make any sense.
No, it's not fair. So I don't think so anyway.
But that's it's quite interesting actually.
Yeah, I thought
it's quite interesting.
Yeah. So it's good. It'll be interesting to see what Labour come forward with now, because they've just had their conference, haven't they? Their party conference this year, and they've got to just say something. You know, they've got to say something about it, because everybody's they're not united. Mind you, the Tories are not united either. So I mean,
what makes me laugh is when they get them on the radio and that Keir Starmer and that Nick Ferrari, for instance, obviously I like listening to him, but he'll put the question to him and say like, what is a woman?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so uncomfortable to hear them talk, to give the answer.
Yeah.
When the answer's so straightforward.
Yeah.
But they skate around the edge of it. And then they just won't. It really winds me up when they ask someone a direct question, and but they answer them back with another question.
Yeah, that's right.
Instead of just answering the question.
Yeah, they said, how do you define a woman?
Yeah, and instead of just owning it and saying like, this is what I think. But that's when you look at them and you think they're disingenuous.
Yeah.
Because if you can't even tell me that.
Yeah, I've watched so many videos. It's becoming just obsessive. Actually, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, like what chance have I got of me believing anything else that you say? If you cannot tell me the basic tenets of what a woman is,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It does become obsessive, because you look at the stuff that's being taught in schools as well around gender ideology, and
I remember when I was in school. I don't even think that was a word then, transgender. I mean, I never heard that word.
I mean, it would have been cross-dressing. Would it have been cross-dressing?
It tended to be transsexual. That's what you would call people.
But teachers never said. No one ever spoke. No one ever taught. You didn't get taught about it.
Yeah.
Well, no, you didn't get told at a young age. Well, if you want to be a man, then you can be. You can be whatever you want. If you don't want to be any sex, you can. You know, it's just.
Yeah,
but it's funny. I was filling out Alfie's passport application the other day, and I sort of sniggered to myself. And we went, "What are you laughing at?" And I went, "Oh, look on the application." I went, "It's either male or female."
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's right.
There's no third or fourth or fifth or 26th option. There are two options.
This is the other thing as well. Now is that the police have been called out because they keep recording crimes against women by trans women who are men, classing them as crimes committed by women. I was trying to work it out in my brain then, but these crimes aren't committed by women, they're committed by men, so they're being made out as if like it's women causing all these problems, but it's not, it's men actually, they're just trans women. So they might turn, this trans person might even go as far as, you know, sexually assault a woman, and that's being classed as a woman's crime, but it's not a woman's crime, it's a man's crime. You know, and so that's the other thing. I'm sure I saw the health sector. No, maybe it was Suella Braverman.
I can imagine that getting to court and then them saying, "Well, it couldn't have been my client because he's a man."
Well, this is the thing: is that women who have suffered horrific attacks by men who are saying they're trans women are being forced to call their perpetrators women in court. They're being forced to do it. I mean, it's just what kind of crazy.
In all honesty, do you know what? In all honesty, I think I'd rather turn around and say to him, "Do you know what? Poke it. Just leave it."
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
There's no way. There's no way you're going to get me standing here telling you that that's a woman.
No, that's right. No, not when they.
I was going to say, not when they're. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You lose that. You lose that privilege, I think.
Right. Okay, maybe if they stole your purse out your bag. Okay, and they come and say you have to do it. It's respectful to do it. Now, so okay, whatever.
But not when not when it comes to a man forcing themselves on a woman.
Yeah, I think I'll just say to them, just poke it.
Yeah, that's right.
I'd rather leave it. I ain't admitting that. No chance at all.
So talking about Suella Braverman.
Is it Braverman or Braverman?
I don't know. But anyway, we'll say both.
If it was Beth and saying it'd be Braverman, like salt and bath.
Yeah, sure, Braverman. What do you think about her saying that multiculturalism has failed?
Well, I think she has got a case in certain areas of the country.
Yeah, well, I think so.
Especially when you think of like what did she determine as ghettos?
Well, for me, I just think that but not only this government, but successive governments have just totally failed when it comes to integrating people that have moved to the country. So there are whole areas of people living. I mean, I think of like where there are big Bangladeshi populations, big Pakistani populations, where people just are never integrated. They don't speak English.
No, yeah.
You know, they wouldn't talk to anybody because they can't. You know, and that's not fair on anybody. It's not fair on them. I mean, how do you? So I don't know.
I was talking to someone about this the other day, and I said to him, "But you think all the opportunities, the amount of opportunities that they're missing out on,
exactly.
by not being integrated, like language wise, and I don't mean like you've got to drop everything that you've done where you come from.
No, you've still got your culture and your religion and all that, you know.
But just the mixing, with the rest of your community.
Yeah, I mean, like we always say, because we grew up in a part of East London, you know, Forest Gate, which is very multicultural, you know, and we always embraced everything, you know, and we went to school sort of dressed in different dresses, you know, for when celebrating different days and swap foods and stuff like that. But it became, I think eventually there was just a threshold of people, and it just kind of tipped over, and there were too many. I don't know how I'm trying to.
I think that a lot of it comes down to the media as well. I think they make it. I think they make it out to be a lot. I think they insert problems sometimes.
Well, give me an example.
Do you know what I mean? Like when they're talking about integration, it's like they're always reporting the bad,
right,
of a certain group of people, and none of the good. And it can't be a case of there is no good there, because there is. There has to be. It can't just always be, oh, there's a grooming gang here, there's a grooming gang there. This is all a grooming gang. This is just what they do.
I don't think. I mean, the grooming gangs are a fact.
I know they're a fact. But what I'm saying is that when they make people not like a group of people, always reporting the bad from that group of people.
I disagree with you with that. I think the media, apart from there's a lot of what people would consider right-wing press, and they tend to talk about, you know, people coming over on boats and stuff like that. And they've got a point. We don't know who these people are. you know.
Oh, yeah.
And so how do you? It's not like legal immigration, which some would argue is also too much, but legal immigration where people come over to fill job positions and things, you know, they come over, maybe they've come over to, I don't know, be nurses, be doctors or whatever, you know, because we need them.
Yeah.
But I think I disagree with you a bit, really. I don't think that, I mean, I don't know anybody that looks at grooming gangs, of which are almost all Pakistani Muslims.
Yeah.
But then says, well, that must mean all Pakistani Muslims are like that, because that's not how I feel.
No, not me neither. But then I think it's just what you read and what you see. It's like I think like when you read one particular thing, 'cause maybe I've been reading the wrong articles, but you read certain things and it sort of leads on, and you think to yourself, well, it just doesn't seem to be a fair representation of what. But I mean, like the area that we live in, where Mum lives, it's always been the same. I've never really noticed a difference. But maybe that's because
I noticed a difference. I mean, so when I went to that school, I won't mention schools and that, it was. Well, you remember going to that school.
Don't tell them your name, Pike.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not fussed by this, but just talking about it's always been the same and things haven't changed. Well, when we went to school, it was nearly all white.
Yeah.
And now it's not. I see pictures of the school because I go back being nosy because they've done it up and stuff like that. It's not. There are not many white people there now.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking, I know it's a bit off subject, but a bit of goss as well.
Go on.
Speaking of when the school was getting done up and it got shut down halfway through, because remember Mr. Powell?
Yeah.
Ran off with all the dough. It was a new recorder.
Was it?
Really?
Yeah, he embezzled loads of dough.
He
embezzled loads of dough or something, or done something with the money, and him and his Taiwanese wife absconded.
How long ago was that?
Oh, years and years ago. But yeah, that was what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day because I see an old article about it.
Yeah.
Can remember little Miss Aubrey, the music teacher. She used to wear like red leggings and green skirt and that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was but the music teacher we had there was Mrs. Pollard, and then after that was Miss Binion, and then there was a man, and he had like mad hair.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
Was it Marshall?
Yeah.
With glasses.
Yeah, he looked like a nutty professor.
Yeah, he did look like a nutty professor.
Yeah.
Who remembers who?
Was it Mr. Tormey, the art teacher? Was it art?
Yeah, he still lives around. He still lives around the corner to Mum. He's the one that used to throw pencil sharpeners and that.
He used to go mad, didn't he? He was photography, wasn't he? He did a lot of photography.
Yeah,
he lives around Tollgate Road.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, where old Nanny used to live in that little old house around here.
Yeah, wow.
I remember Bullet Dodger, Mr. Myers used to have his limp.
Oh, he was so funny, Mr. Myers.
When in assembly, he used to spit everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, our Bullet Dodger.
God's sakes.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find something to share to tell everybody that we're live, but I don't know what I'm.
Well, I'll do that after. I'll send you the link to it.
Oh, no, all right.
But yeah, so that was what happened to the school anyway. But that's why it's still sitting there half built.
Half done.
Yeah.
Can I change the subject massively?
Yeah, go on, go for it.
So, how do you feel about? I'm trying to find it now. Basically, Steve Coogan playing Jimmy Savile in this.
Oh, don't!
I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it, but I don't know if I don't. I want to because it's morbid curiosity, but I don't know if I agree about making a program about it. I don't know.
I just think it's bringing up like.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, there's going to be things written about it. There's going to be things said about it. It's like the other one. There's another one on 2 days before about the Yorkshire Ripper, Peter Sutcliffe.
Yeah, who's playing that one?
I can't remember, but it was on the radio the other day.
Oh, hang on, is this that crime drama? Yeah, the drama that's on.
Yeah, it's I can't. It's not called like the Ripper. It's called, I can't remember what the name.
It's called The Long Shadow.
That's the one.
Yeah, I'm on the last episode.
Yeah. And I just think, but there must be still victims from that still alive now.
Yeah.
That I mean, imagine sitting there watching the telly having your dinner and you turn it over and that's on. And you think, oh, like, it must just automatically just transport you back to that time, to that moment.
Child abuse is like a whole different ballgame. Do you not think?
But the even more disturbing thing about him is it wasn't just children.
No, I know.
He was doing it to women and men that were like in their 80s, 90s, who were laying in hospital beds that couldn't defend themselves or couldn't put up a struggle. Do you know what I mean? And not even people, to be fair, people that wasn't all alive.
Mm.
They gave the hospital DJ a key to the mortuary.
Mm.
Now, why would a hospital DJ need a key to the mortuary?
Mm. Have you watched it, Bill?
No, I haven't. I've seen snippets of it, and I must admit, from an acting standpoint, and like the look, like the way that he acts.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Steve Coogan is like,
he's bang on.
Yeah, it's like it's spitting image. It's quite worrying, actually.
Absolutely bang on. But I don't know. Is it the sort of thing you make? I don't know. I'm quite torn about it. Like I want to watch it, but I don't know.
It's in the public interest, isn't it? It's one of them things that's in the public interest. It's not it's a top secret thing.
Is it still in the public interest?
Well, for people, but that's the thing. It's salacious, isn't it? People want to know. People are in like.
That's what I said. It is morbid curiosity.
Yeah, that's why when there's a crash on the other side of the motorway and you think, why is my side going so slow? It's because everyone's stopping to look.
Everyone's looking. That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
It's like one of them things you can't look away from.
I'm like, I keep looking at it thinking, do I want to watch it or not? I don't know.
But yeah, I was thinking of watching it, but then I decided against it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm umming and ahhing about it. But
and then I don't know. I don't know if I know you're not into politics as much as I am, but did you see the Rishi Sunak speech? Did anyone in anything about it?
I didn't watch it.
No, okay, wasn't it great anyway?
Well, I don't think any of them were.
But what was interesting was that Jeremy. Do you remember Jeremy Corbyn? Anyone? Jeremy Corbyn? Yes. Mm-hmm. That he's been interviewed the other day, and he refused to admit that what was going on in Israel at the moment was terrorism.
Mm.
Like the side that started it, like that Hammas. Like he refused to say because he was in with them, wasn't he?
Right.
Like he refused to say, and people were saying, imagine if he'd won an election as the leader of the Labour Party, been Prime Minister, and what it would have been like. I mean, I was listening to stories this morning, people ringing up the radio this morning, saying they were explaining what it's like to be Jewish in London. And I always don't like them sort of callings. Just like they done one the week before. It's like, what's it like to be black and British? Mm. Well, I think it's a silly. I mean, how you feel about it is important, but I think the way they ask it and the way they I think it's a silly thing to do. But then, considering what's happened now in Israel, they're asking people what it's like to be. I felt, do you know what? There was one woman called up, and I was driving along. I almost wanted to cry. She was so scared. She lives in London, and it's only her and her son, and she had to take everything off the front of her house that she even thought that might let people know that she was Jewish.
Oh God!
Like just like little tiny little things hang above the door that like good luck charms, things that are meant to look over you and keep bad juju out. And she had to take everything down because she's so scared of being attacked.
Well, you must have seen those scenes of the Hamas supporters outside the
Jewish embassy.
The Jews,
the Israeli embassy. The Israeli
embassy. I mean, they're rabid. You know, I mean,
they're holding up banners chanting for more blood, more bloodshed.
I mean, it's sick. You know, and I just don't understand why the police can't go in mob-handed and just start arresting them all for doing that, because it's illegal to support a terrorist organisation anyway.
Yeah, and they are designated as a terrorist organisation in England.
It is, it is terrorist. So they found at universities all these left-leaning students have been on their like group pages and stuff like that, saying, "Oh yeah, this is great, this is wonderful." Do you know they've been severing babies' heads?
I know. Yeah. Did you see that video of the kids in the cages?
I know.
Like they were selling them at a market, like a.
It's just these people are not. They're just not from our. They're just not civilized.
No, yeah.
They're just not civilized, you know. And I understand war's war, and I'm not saying for 1 minute the Israelis haven't done maybe anything equally as bad. I don't know. But the difference with this is that there are no rules. You know, there are no rules. They went in there crazy and just I just can't get my head around it.
What really annoys me is then you get people go on the news, right? Like talking heads go on the news, not necessarily people from Palestine or from the Hamas or whatever it is, but then they go in like people that are anti-war or whatever, going to say, "Oh, but the response from the Israelis, it might be a bit much."
Exactly.
And you think to yourself, what? Well, I'll just break it down. It's easy, right? This is war. The idea of war is one side wins, one side loses. Right? They started a war. Now Israel is defending itself. That's it.
I mean, those people they took hostage. Did you see them ripping girls away and stuff like that?
You see the lady, they tore all her clothes off.
Yeah.
Dragged her around the streets by the hair.
Yeah.
So everyone could spit on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then threw her in the back of a car and drove off.
I know. And then people turn around and go, "Yeah, but what about what happened? What the Israelis have done?" And I'm going, "I'm sorry, but I haven't seen anything like this."
I haven't seen Israeli soldiers dragging Palestinian women around by the hair, naked, spitting on them.
And if people want to go down that road, well, what about you know the whole whataboutery crew? Well, then maybe somebody should film the Israelis doing it, you know, so we can see so the world can see what they do as well. But I don't know. I see the Israelis as a civilized, more Western looking.
But yeah, I mean, but they've not even got. It's not even a case of being Western and stuff. But like, it's just like you paraglided people into the middle of a dance festival where young people were having a good time in the desert, where someone that I know from the States, who I've done a bit of touring with back in the day, and that there's a young kid from England called Jake Marlowe who's currently missing.
Yeah, I saw that.
They all know each other.
Yeah,
and he was like, he's in a circle of people that I know, and he was out there working security. But they paraglided down into the middle of this festival and just shot everybody. Well, after it was all said and done the other day, and the ground was cleared and they could get in there, they recovered like over 200 bodies.
Yeah.
And you can't talk. You can't then. And then their minister, their minister to the UK or whatever you call it, ambassador to the United Kingdom, was on Sky News yesterday telling the presenter that they haven't killed any civilians.
Yeah.
And even the Sky News presenter had to laugh and was going, "Do me a favour, mate." He said, "What do you think the world's stupid?"
Yeah.
There's cameras, there is live shots, there's press on the ground. We've got it on film, and he's saying, "Well, we don't know that they're civilians. They could have been Israeli army."
And then what disappoints me is that people are like, well, you know, this is all a political game, and whatever. Does it? I don't really care at this moment in time. I just care that. Oh, did you see what they did with the grandmother?
I know, yeah.
They filmed her and they filmed her execution and put it on her Facebook page. Got hold of her phone and put it on her Facebook page.
I know it makes it, but the thing is, then they wonder why that people have no sympathy for any of their causes.
No.
Right?
No.
Because, but I'm not being funny, but it's not like they've picked on a nation that can't defend itself. I mean, you're talking about Israel. It's one of the strongest countries in the world.
Yeah.
When it comes militarily, intelligence-wise, stuff like that, and it's going to be a case of it's a war that they can't win. But what they're hoping for is all the other terrorist groups and factions from all over that region,
like Iran,
all come together, and it just starts a war.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the end of the day, it's that if Iran, if Israel wanted to, when their minister for the army or the defense forces were on telly the other day, if they wanted to, they could just carpet bomb the whole country, reduce the whole lot to rubble.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I do understand they've got these hostages, Israeli hostages, but I don't know. I just what would you do?
They've put them hostages in strategic places that Israel won't bomb because Israel, under no circumstances, will kill their own citizens. So they've put them in strategic positions as hostages to ward off attacks from the air.
But they've also said, haven't they, if Israeli bombs certain targets, they're going to film people being executed and put it online.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but the thing, what I didn't know, what I wondered was that Emma's going to sleep.
Yeah. No, sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. My back's breaking. Go on.
We'll be with you in a minute. He says the grown-ups are talking.
I know. Sorry, grown-ups. Go on.
I forgot what I was going to say now. It's gone out of my head, isn't it?
You're not menopausal as well, are you?
No. What I was going to say was right. What I was going to say is I thought that Israel was a member of NATO.
Oh, is it not?
I don't know. Well, it can't be because Ukraine's not a member of NATO. And what they were saying with all this Ukraine stuff is an attack on one is an attack on all.
On all, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised.
We couldn't intervene in the Ukraine war with boots on the ground because Ukraine is not a member of NATO.
Yeah.
So therefore, Israel can't be a member of NATO because we're not involved now. Because when it comes to NATO countries, like I said, an attack on one is an attack on all, and that gives the green light for other NATO countries to then mobilise and go to the aid of the country that's being attacked. And we're not doing that.
No, I just think it's just all so tragic. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of Palestinian people who don't want any of this.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. There must be people there thinking they're getting bombed.
Yeah, they're getting bombed.
Palestinian innocent Palestinians are being blown to smithereens, and
they're not interested because I was listening to or reading a Palestinian lady, and she was saying, just please separate Hamas from Palestinians. You know, the Hamas is a terrorist group, and then there are Palestinians. You know. So because Palestinians don't necessarily want this.
Well, it's the same as what Al Qaeda did. They separate them from the Afghans, separate them from the Iraqis. They're not all Iraqis, not all Afghanistan, all Afghanis are members of Al Qaeda.
No. I mean, that was so tragic. You know, when America pulled out, and then everybody said we had to pull out of Afghanistan and whatever.
Yeah, but you can see that coming a mile off.
Yeah, but all those women and that left behind and you just think, oh God, I would have just scooped all those people.
We were basically like, you know what, we've reduced the country to rubble. We're out later.
Yeah, see you later. It was disgusting the way that happened.
We're going to leave you a couple of quid and some recommendations of some good builders. But
and now look at women, right? They're back in full hijabs. Yeah, they're not allowed to work. They can't go to school or university or anything like that. If they're caught without their dress on,
they're lashed.
They're lashed and flogged, and Christ knows what else. It's cruel.
But the thing is, you notice that no one's talking about that.
No, they're not. And do you know what else annoys me about all these people? There was somebody stuck up a sign. I was looking at a news program, and it said "gays for Palestine," and I thought, are you stupid? If you went to Palestine, they'd throw you off a building as soon as anything for being gay.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, and they're there going, "Oh, gays for Palestine." Really? You know, are you? I don't understand.
I think this is going to get a lot worse before it gets any better.
Yeah, I think so.
This is going to get a lot worse before it gets any better.
Yeah, of course it is.
But
it's such a shame. It's a crying shame.
It is, and it's just the state of the world, isn't it? It's just the world. The world's gone to hell in a handbasket.
It has. I was saying to my partner, I said, over this past year, it's the first time that I have ever really genuinely be truly worried about the kind of world that we're going to leave our kids to. I
think about that a lot, actually.
Yeah,
it's so tragic.
But it's not, and it ain't even from a global warming point of view because.
Oh no, I'm not.
It's from a
It's societal.
Yeah, a societal point of view. I just think to myself.
Point of view, you know. I mean, we've.
Yeah, I mean, look what's happened to our not our country, but look what's happened to our world in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's how quick it's been. It's like a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And you imagine what it's going to be like in 20 years.
I mean, I blame social media for a lot of stuff. I think it's got a lot to answer for. social media.
Yeah.
No, I mean, before people could connect in this way, you didn't have these problems.
No.
A lot of these problems, you didn't have them.
But I always thought that people being able to talk at the flick of a button would make things a lot easier, because everyone could talk and sort of like.
Yeah, but what are they talking about?
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just the sort of people the sort of person I am. But I don't see what's so hard about sitting down and talking to someone who might not have the same views as you, or might disagree with you might disagree with their views, but you can still get up and walk away and go, do you know what? I don't subscribe to your thinking, or you don't subscribe to mine, but it doesn't mean we've got to not like each other.
No, you agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Agree, and but that's not what happens.
No, but the trouble is, those people, some of these people's beliefs are so extreme that it's not a case of it's not an easy thing to walk away from. When someone truly believes that gay people should be put in a cage and pushed off a roof, that's not something you can say, old Imran, he's a bit quirky, he just likes to push gays off roofs.
Yeah.
No. It's not the sort of thing you can't just go, we disagree on that.
Yeah.
Because that's just fundamentally wrong.
Yeah. Because these beliefs are so deeply embedded in them, they can't see past them.
No, yeah, it's just fundamentally wrong. You can't
and then
fall by the wayside.
Anymore. It's like this no discussion, no debate thing, because people don't want to discuss or debate because they think they're right, and that's it. End of story.
I'm running for Prime Minister.
Good. Yeah.
I'm going as an independent. Booyah! I'm in.
Do it.
Mickey said to me today, Mum, I want to be. He went, I want to be the president. I went, oh yeah. He went, yeah. So what would you do? He went, I would clean the oceans. He went, I would stop people being homeless. He said, and I'd make sure everybody had clean water.
Oh, that's all right.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's not what I would have said, but it's all right, no?
Well, I don't know, you wouldn't.
But that's, talking about, we our foreign policy to support countries with money that don't do so well and whatever. Yeah. I think we're still giving money to certain countries as well. That I'm thinking about Palestine, because there was a thing in the paper where America said they were going to stop giving money to Palestine.
Yeah.
And then they changed their mind and they said they would give money to Palestine. But, it's not Palestine, like we've just said, there are going to be lots of Palestinians who don't want anything to do with this. But these countries are so, unfortunately for the good people, there's so many more corrupt people.
Yeah.
That how do you know who's benefiting from getting that money anyway?
Exactly.
Once that money leaves our shores and it's their shores, you got no idea where it's going.
No. We could have paid for some of those paragliding things.
Yeah.
For all we know.
It's like all the money all the money we send to to the African nations and stuff like that. When all these the countries that are corrupt.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have as a president of a country, you don't need a gold toilet.
No, that's right. And why Pakistan, who sent a rocket up recently?
So where? What, space rocket, you mean?
Yeah, space rocket.
In India.
Was it India?
Yeah.
I think we're still giving them money.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
We're still afford to send men up into space, which is something we can't do in this country.
No,
then why are we giving you money?
Yeah, we're still giving them pockets of which.
No, I've been to India, and there's such lovely people, but it's tragic. They are poor, and there's no in between. You're either poor,
or you're wealthy.
You're doing all right, There's no in between really. So so I feel sorry for those people, because those are the people that the money we give should be benefiting.
Yeah,
but they don't get it. Our money goes to sending a rocket up into space.
But this is exactly why. It's like I said to you the other day. It's like a circle goes around. This is why people here end up being so fed up when they say, "Oh, you're going to help this country. You don't help your own."
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know what I mean? When you're sending money to a country that's got a space program that rivals the American space program, that must cost billions and billions and billions, and you're sending them boatloads of wedge every year, but you've got people here that can't afford to eat their ass.
That's right. So so it is. It's really sad, the state of the world at the minute, and I do worry about it. And not from a climate change perspective, but just how our kids are ever going to be able to buy a house. Just live in their communities. peacefully, should get charged everywhere they drive a car. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
I've got to pay the congestion. I got charged the congestion zone going to mum's. I was fuming.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised that Paul didn't get. He might have done. He should have. I guess. Well, I don't know.
90 quid. You know, how much? 90.
Why'd you get charged 90? It's only £60.
No, it's not. It's 90.
Hey, if you missed the first fine, the first fine should be 60.
No, it's not.
After that,
it's 90, and if you don't pay, it doubles to 190.
Is that for ULEZ or congestion?
ULEZ.
So your white BMW doesn't.
No. It was when we had the green Focus.
Oh, okay.
Here, the congestion zone. Not here because we don't have it here, but
it's not far from where you are, though.
No, it's not far, but it didn't start till the 29th. But where you live, it started bloody early, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know. All I know is that the fella online who goes around and deals with all the cameras, he ain't got to our area yet, but I'm hoping he does.
Oh, it's fuming.
I can't recall it. He was on the telly the other night, The Dark Knight, or the
don't say that, you'll be cancelled.
I don't know what he was called, The Dark Knight or the Vigilante something or the other. I don't know what he was doing. But even in side streets now, I know we come to the end, but even at the side streets now, they're putting them ULEZ vans down side streets where they've not got them cameras, right? Because they're worried about people making little short journeys within these housing estates that don't go out onto the main road. So if you wanted to nip round the shop, for some bread and some milk, but you haven't got to go out on the main road, so you could get through an estate in your car without getting a camera. Right? So now they're putting them down the side streets. And now people are going up and pulling up in front of the cameras with big bits of wood, standing there just blocking the camera and going with a big sign saying ULEZ van underneath.
So if Sadiq Khan gets in this next time, there's something wrong with Londoners.
Oh my God.
It's their own worst enemy.
Yeah,
this is coming from the geezer that says, stabbings, London, we're good. There's no problem.
Right. Yeah,
no problem. It was free last week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, there's no problem. We're all good. Come to London, it's safe.
Yeah.
And when they said to him the other day, would you let your children walk the streets of London on their own over night time? And he went, no, he couldn't answer.
No.
And so it's not all right for your kids. Why do you think it's all right for everyone else's?
That's right. Yeah. Send mine out. Why don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But not yours though. Yours drive around in a bulletproof Range Rover.
Yeah, that's right.
I haven't got a clue.
Don't even get me started, girls. All right.
I know. I feel the same.
All right. I shall say something I shall regret.
I don't even live in London anymore, and it winds me up something chronic.
Honestly.
I shall say something I shall regret.
Yeah.
You shall regret.
I shall regret. Yeah.
All right then.
Anyway,
catch up with you.
Anyway, a good catch up.
Yeah, good catch up.
There we go.
Good night,
Good night. Have you got bed then?
Yeah, you go to bed.
Oh, I'm poopied.
You what?
I'm poopied.
Go and wipe your neck. It's dripping.
Oh my God!
My God!
Oh, that was really hard.
Phil, that was proper. But
I am sorry.
that was proper below the belt. That might.
That's
just the trouble. It's not below the belt where it should be.
Yeah. So anyway, it's nice to catch up, but we're just talking like just your average people on the street, and
that's it. I'm a market trader. About 24 bananas for a pound.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's just a shame, isn't it? The world's just not good.
Well, we should. Let's next week. I mean, we might never get the next week. The world might end.
This is true.
Yeah, that's a bit extreme, isn't it?
No, but I mean, like, they're talking about. I won't get over it now because we're coming to the end. But they're talking about meteors and all sorts, and comets coming, and
flares coming from the sun.
I see aliens invading.
Oh, Bill's living his best life. Look at his face. Look.
Yeah, well, look, I'm like I said, I've got my telescope at the window. I've got my go bag ready to go. There's nothing in it.
Have you got a safe room?
I've got a safe room. Mum and Dad are downstairs in the bunker.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We've poked our little tube through the grass to get the air.
Oh, God.
That's it. That's it. What they call them? Preppers. We're doomsday preppers.
Yeah, doomsday preppers.
We've just been out and bought 500 tins of baked beans.
Yeah.
We're there. Tell you what, when the world comes.
How much is it for a tin of beans now? Nearly like £2.
Oh God, here she goes.
Oh, I've noticed
Sorry,
that.
but you said baked beans. I literally can't believe the price of food.
But see, if you buy Tesco's baked beans, I think you get 4 for £2.
Yeah, well, don't buy Heinz ones then.
One bag of shopping, £32.
I know, it's ridiculous. The cost of living crisis is
One
just
bag of shopping, £32.
Maybe that's something we should do next week. We should all go in and buy something, a set shopping list from different shops, and we can compare what it
Do you know what? Do you know what? That's a good idea. They do that on LBC every week.
Yeah, let's do it. So
yeah, they do they do a basket of shopping every Friday compared to the week before, and it always goes up.
So let's do it. So like a box of eggs, a bottle of milk,
bread.
Yeah,
all right.
And we'll just buy it we'll go for all own brand stuff. Yeah, so we'll go all own brand stuff. But if we each pick a supermarket, I Bagsy Tesco because that's my closest one.
I'll get Asda. You can get Sainsbury's.
That's my closest one. Sorry, Bill.
Oh, I'll go Sainsbury's.
You've got Sainsbury's.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. All right then.
Right. Whoever. So what? Well, there ain't gonna be a winner, is it? Really?
No. They're all going to be massively expensive, but it'll be interesting, and maybe we should do it every week.
Yeah, and what you have to do with that bag at the end of it as a good gesture, and the Lord's watching, you must donate it.
Donate it to a food bank. Yeah,
there happens to be a food bank in my kitchen.
Yeah. Well, let's face it, Bill. Food don't last long in your kitchen.
That's right. So you know what I mean? Charity starts at home.
Charity starts at home.
I've got 2 old people downstairs that need feeding.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
All right, then let's do it.
All right. Okay.
All right, then, deal. It's on.
It's on. All right, then.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Like Donkey Kong.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.